My name is Romina de Guzman, and today I will be discussing Water Walk by John Cage. John Cage was an American composer who lived from 1912 to 1992. Growing up in LA, he specialized in avant-garde and more experimental kinds of music, with the introduction of electronics that could add to a soundscape. Cage sought to push what could be done with sound to create music, and this can be seen with his iconic piece known as Water Walk. Unlike classical scores, the score for Water Walk looks more like a screenplay, with instructions of what action should be done on a stage at specific times to get specific sounds. Despite the unconventional ways of creating these sounds, the strict timing and instrumentation within the piece show a deliberate structure that creates its own musical narrative, from pouring water onto plants to slamming specific chords down on a piano. One piece from class that I could pair with Cage's Water Walk would be Dance of the Young Girls or Dance of the Young Maidens from Igor Stravinsky's Rite of Spring. This is because both pieces depend heavily on timing and rhythm. While Cage's piece is more experimental and relies on timing of various sounds, Stravinsky's piece relies on timing and rhythm in the way of keeping a steady beat, and it is more recognizably rhythmic while still remaining syncopated. The consistent and pointed rhythms within Dance of the Young Girls is extremely important to the piece because it is written as a ballet, a piece to dance to. And if the rhythms were off and weird, then the dancers would be significantly upset at the composition. Another piece that could fit well with Cage's Water Walk would be Four Violins by Tony Conrad, another minimalist musician and American composer. I chose this piece specifically because, like Cage's Water Walk, Four Violins places focus more on creating an audible experience through both performance on stage and environment rather than strictly placing the brunt of an experience on harmony and technique. That being said, Four Violins is mostly block chords within a quartet of violins that just bounces differently depending on a performance area. The non-musical subject that I chose to fit with this piece, Cage's Water Walk, would be the Gongfu tea ceremony. Originating from China, this tea ceremony combines practiced visual aspects of multiple tools, as well as strict timing to create a serene and tasteful experience. Much like in Water Walk, the tea maker needs to work with specific timing and processes, such as making sure to blanch the tea leaves before steeping to awake their aroma, steep the tea leaves for the right amount of time to ensure optimal flavor without any bitterness, and adjusting said steep times depending on how many times the leaves have already been used.